At a studio in Los Angeles, California, Volvo, the brand known for keeping families safe, took the wraps off its first fully electric car, the XC40 Recharge. Yes, it looks very much like the current gasoline-powered model. The SPA architecture it rides on was designed from the start to be electrified. Volvo engineers say it's not just a gas car with a battery wedged in. This is not a review, it's simply a recap of the launch event held in Los Angeles. We weren't able to drive it. I'm letting long stretches of the event run so you can see what the automotive press experienced. Edited a bit for brevity because, well, I care.
We want to offer people the freedom to move in a sustainable way. And also be frank about the climate issue cannot and will not be solved slowly and gradually by improving petrol and diesel engines. Pure electric cars running on and built using renewable energy are the only cars that can really do it. And also be honest about the fact that electric cars are better for the environment when they are driven. But building an electric car consumes more energy than a car with an internal combustion engine. So it all comes back, both running cars and building cars comes back to the supply for renewable power. Wind, water and sun. Now this is an issue the car industry alone cannot solve. We need cities, we need states, we need countries. We need help to build an infrastructure and supply of renewable energy. It's a car of firsts and it's a car of the future. It's the first Volvo to run an infotainment system that will have an experience as good as that of your mobile phone. It's the first Volvo to continuously become better over time because its software is updated always over the air. And most importantly, the XC40 Recharge is the first fully electric car from Volvo. And let's talk a bit about it. It's electric without compromise. In fact, the XC40 Recharge adds storage space compared to the internal combustion variant by adding space and storage where the combustion engine normally is in the front.
The Recharge is an all-wheel drive vehicle with twin motors. Volvo says the range should be around 200 miles in real-world usage. The cells in the liquid-cooled 78 kilowatt-hour pack are produced by LG Chem and CATL. Volvo, being Volvo, it tested the safety of the pack in all sorts of impact situations to make sure that the cells were protected as much as the occupants. Notice how the battery is stacked here and shaped with cutouts here? It's to optimize packaging. Passengers in the rear sit above the battery and the shape allows generous footroom.
Okay, for those who are interested, let's talk a bit about the technical specification. What are we looking at here? Starting with the battery. We're looking at a battery with 78 kilowatt hour of energy capacity, 408 horsepower in two electrical machines, then adding up to 300 kilowatt. So together, they give you the impressive 660 Newton meters of torque and 0 to 100 in an SUV in 4.9 seconds. To make the car feel more personal, we are fundamentally rethinking infotainment. Now, powered with Android, the new infotainment system offers unprecedented personalization. And it's more intuitive than any system like it before it. We've been in joint development with Google for years now, and it's really a pleasure, and we're super excited to stand here today and launch this technology in this new car. Now, of course, the cars are fully connected. They come with Google Assistant, Google Maps, and with Evolve with a new array of automotive apps developed by the global developer community for Android. Now, the real-time maps will keep the drivers informed about upcoming traffic situations, to avoid congestion, to save energy, and of course as well to suggest the nearest charging station when you're running low. And also let's admit that voice control in cars have historically had its issues. Now this completely changed with the Google Assistant. This will be a voice control that works every time you use it and that will understand what you're trying to do. Exactly as your Google Assistant in home or in your phone, which gets better basically every day, so does the assistant in the car. And in fact, the whole car gets better over time. The XC40 Recharge is our first Volvo to receive updates over the air, both for the operating system itself, but also for all software inside the vehicle. It can be updated over the air.
While Volvo isn't abandoning its dedication to safety, it's adding a commitment to becoming environmentally sound.
The first approach is to go for a 4% PHEV sales in the US market to 20%. That is a huge statement. And that kind of investment is the segue into electrification, because there's a lot of question marks related to charging capabilities and people are nervous. So we need to help each other to overcome that that they are nervous for that. That's the first kind of a decision. Those cars are already ordered and the capacity is already in place.
It plans to make all electric vehicles 50% of global sales by 2025, with the rest being hybrids.
Today, 60% of our carbon footprint comes from the tailpipe emission of a car. So here it's critical that we take action. Our industry is currently finally in a transition phase from internal combustion engines towards a fully electric future. But that transition is slow. What hinders the pace are a number of things. It's the affordability of vehicles, it's access to charging infrastructure, and it's also the time it takes to change consumer behaviors and habits. And with limited charging infrastructure, consumers are hesitating to buy fully electric cars. Plug-in hybrids help solve part of that conundrum. Plug-in hybrids also help customers get used to electric cars. What is my driving patterns? Where can I charge? How can I make charging part of my daily routine? And again, the tailpipe emission is the biggest driver of our carbon footprint. So we must make sure it comes down now. So we want to do what we can to make sure we increase the adoption of fully electric and part-time electric cars. So we have another exciting piece of news today. Today, we announced that every Volvo Recharge plug-in hybrid cars comes with 1 year of free electricity. The more you make use of your car motor, the more you save. The offer is valid in all our Volvo on Call markets, and it's valid for all plug-in cars starting today.
And just to share with you a bit of a story, how far we have come in just a few years. Martina, our head of procurement, together with myself, were meeting with all the major battery suppliers. We were sitting down together, we were reviewing requirement after requirement, line by line, for the new batteries. And we were constantly, adamantly pushing on sustainability. What about sustainability? How about sustainability? Already in our second meeting, we could see this change. We met the suppliers again, and on top of their agenda that time, we could see sustainability. Now, today, a few years later only, we stand together, strongly committed to work towards renewable energy for all battery cell production together with our global partners, and of course, to comply with a responsible and ethical supply chain.
Volvo engineers stress that the interior space on the XC40 Recharge is the same as the regular gas model.
Inside, you'll find it doesn't really look all that different from the XC40 you can buy today, and that's a good thing. Materials are high quality, and there's a good amount of space. Visibility is excellent too. In back, two people will be perfectly comfortable with generous headroom. At first glance, it appears the most remarkable thing about the XC40 Recharge is that it's remarkably normal. The Recharge will be built in China and Belgium. An 80% charge using home level 2 charging should take about 7.5 hours. With commercial fast charging, you're looking at 40 minutes.
Want one? Well, Volvo dealers are taking deposits now for delivery in late 2020. The price tag is going to be around $55,000, but does not include any tax credits. The federal tax credit is $7,500 on this one.
Hope you got something out of this first look at the Volvo XC40 Recharge. A reminder, click subscribe and notifications so you don't miss my car reviews and events like this, so you're in the know. I'm Tom Volk.